by aiding, abetting, condoning, and or overseeing the massive looting, pilferage, misappropriation, and misallocation of NAF CDP funds amounting to over Kenya shillings 351 million as at 10th June 2025. 12. From the report of the Committee of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, Cooperative Management, Tourism and Wildlife on the implementation status of the National Agriculture Value Chain Development Project, NAF CDP, in Kericho County, tabled in the County Assembly on 6 August 2025, the County Assembly noted the following discrepancies in the use of Fund A. The expenditure was used for farmers' cooperative societies, farmer producer organizations, found only in 19 out of 30 wards in Kericho County. This implies that the funds were meant for agripreneurs, whose role was to enumerate farmers and organize them into circles, was not adequately utilized. B. Each ward circle was meant to get Kenya shillings 1 million, yet the committee found out that of the 19 circles under the program, only 7 have ever received financial support since the inception of the fund. C. It is further indicated in the report that some circles received nominal support in kind of form of office furniture and some farm inputs, while others have never received any support. D. Even those circles and farmer producer organizations which received support in kind did not receive delivery notes when the furniture, computers and other supplies were delivered, and they cannot therefore ascertain the prices, source and therefore quality of what was supplied. E. Procurement of furniture and equipment under NAF CDP program was conducted centrally with minimal involvement of key stakeholders. This does not only undermine the principle of transparency in procurement, decision making and lack of ownership, but also created room for pilferage and misappropriation of the fund. 13. The office furniture and equipment supplied under the NAF CDP program are largely of substandard quality. There was therefore no value for money and compliance with Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015, particularly Section 124, which obligates the procuring entity to select quality and cost-based selection QCBS method as the preferred method to be used to evaluate proposals. 14. The manner in which the few projects which were implemented were done show that they were done without following the project implementation manual published by the World Bank to guide the implementation of the projects. 15. Again, the governor shall all his overall responsibility under Article 179(4) of the Constitution and Section 33(f) of the County Government Act 2012 to bear accountable for the management and use of county resources. 16. There is evidence that the governor has been ordering withdrawals from the fund for reasons other those for which the fund was created by the donor. Evidence of this shall be availed at the hearing and consideration of the motion. Mover will be asked the Assembly to issue an order, Article 195(2)(b) of the Constitution and Section 27(1)(c) and 2 of the County Assemblies and Powers Privileges Act 2027, compelling the relevant banks where the funds were drawn to furnish this House with a bank statement showing the withdrawals of the funds from 2023 to date. Number 3, misappropriation of funds and an unfair distribution of projects funds under financing locally led climate action FLOCA fund. 17. On various dates between year 2023 and 2025, Governor has violated the provisions of Article 10, 179, 183, 201, 207 and 208 of the Constitution and Section 102 and 107 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 and Section 33(f) of the County Government Act 2012 by presiding over unfair, skewed and nepotic distribution of projects under FLOCA funds, imprudent use, misappropriation and misallocation of FLOCA fund as follows. A. Skewed and unfair distribution of projects under the fund with the governor's home ward, namely Chema South ward, alone getting projects worth Kenya shillings 21,701,590 shillings, while there are many other wards not only in other sub-counties but even in Dureti sub-county which have received not a single project under the fund. This nepotically skewed distribution of projects under the fund violates the national values and principle of governance and under Article 10 of the Constitution, and in particular the values of equity, non-discrimination, equality, good governance, integrity, transparency and accountability, the principle of public finance under Chapter 12 of the Constitution, as well as the provisions of Section 102 and 107 of the Public Finance Management Act, which enjoins the governor to ensure fiscal responsibility and adherence to the values and principles of the Constitution in the management of county funds. B. Joint Committee on Water and Sanitation, Environment, Energy, Forestry and Natural Resources, in the report on the implementation status of FLOCA programs, noted that some projects under the fund, namely Chemamul Water Project in Kabianga, Water and Environment Projects in Sereteti Torodiet Ward, Toron Type Cooperative Society, Milikunung Plan in Kapsaos Ward, Soliat Water Tree Nursery Establishment Project in Soliat Ward, and Donomare Borehole Water Project and the Laitich Water Project in Soliat Ward are marked as 100% complete, yet they are either defects in the works, incomplete and substandard works. 18. As a result of this unfair distribution of projects, words like Cheblanget, Litein, Chai, Kipchebor, Chilchila and Kunya did not get even a single project in all the categories under the fund, namely environment, agriculture and water. Number 4, misappropriation of county funds under Equalizer Kazi Mtaani initiative. Number 19, on or about 14 February 2023, Governor engaged in gross violation of Articles 10, 183, 201, 207 and 208 of the Constitution and Section 102, 109 and 110 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 by launching a program dubbed Equalizer Kazi Mtaani initiative and drawing county funds towards the initiative without a legislation to anchor the initiative, public participation, prior approval of the County Assembly and the Controller of Budget, and prior approval of the Budget and Appropriation Committee approval. 20. Under the fund, a total of Kenya shillings 39 million were paid without proper tendering, local service orders, and for the services which were not delivered. 21. County Assembly's report on the ad hoc committee on Kazi Mtaani pointed out various violations of the Constitution and the law in the rolling out of the implementation of the initiative. However, the Governor deliberately disregarded the report and it has hitherto not been implemented. 22. The deliberate failure, omission and unwillingness to implement the report of the County Assembly on Equalizer Kazi Mtaani initiative undermines devolution the doctrine of separation of powers and is therefore antithetical to the values or principles of governance under Article 10 of the Constitution, the objects of devolution and Article 74 of the Constitution. Number 5, misappropriation of funds under the Strategic Intervention Projects, SIPs. 23, in various dates due to the financial year 2024-2025, Governor engaged in gross violation of Article 10, 183, 201, 207 and 28 of the Constitution and Sections 102, 109 and 110 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 by overseeing misappropriation of various projects under the Strategic Intervention Projects Fund. For instance, that's number 24, the project for upgrading of Kunyak Dispensary to Health Center, which is a tender project for the construction and renovation of various facilities within the health center by MS Belitra Enterprises Limited for Kenya shillings 44,756,846, a total of Kenya shillings 8,575,186 has been paid for no works done. Indeed, when the County Assembly's Committee on Implementation visited the site, they found the contractor had only supplied materials contrary to the Finance Department report to the Assembly that the kitchen and staff house was at walling stage while the MCH is at slab level. Number 6, other violations of the Constitution and the law. 25, the President and former Chief County Executive Committee members and Chief Officers have variously reported coercion by the Governor to make financial allocations for Governor's own use from the funds allocated to their respective departments and which funds were required to remit through the Governor's personal assistance. 26, violation of Article 201 A, D, E of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 on principles of public finance management and Article 226 as read with Article 227 of the Constitution by the presiding over glaring irregularities evidenced by A, irregular award of contracts and evasion of accountability, B, willful interfering with the procurement processes and the award of tenders, C, skewed tender awards to various contractors at inflated rate in collusion with fraudulent contractors and suppliers, D, irregular implementation and unfair distribution of various programs in the county, and E, intentionally and negligently presiding over massive theft of county public funds as evidenced by Auditor General's report for the preceding financial years, which have raised red flags over various projects. 27. On 15th August 2023, the Governor compensated the victims of Londiani accident from the County Emergency Fund to cover up for the funds raised by the public and misappropriated by a committee he had formed to steer the fund drive, and without cogent explanation of how the funds publicly raised for the victims had been expended. Evidence of the Governor's engagement, connivance and complicity in the aforementioned acts of misappropriation, misallocation and illegal drawings of county revenue and county finances is to be found in Roman number 1, report of ad hoc committee on alleged fictitious payments, KCA Exhibit 01. Roman number 2, a bundle of sample vouchers, payment requisitions, delivered notes, LSOCTC on the payments, KCA Exhibit number 2, and Roman number 3, Joint Committee reports of County Assembly on implementation status of National Agricultural Value Chain Development Project, NAP-CDP in Kericho, County, KCA Exhibit 03, Roman number 4, World Bank Project Implementation Manual for NAP-CDP, KCA Exhibit number 4, 5. Joint Committee Report on the implementation status of local programs, KCA Exhibit number 5. 6. Report on the ad hoc committee on Kazi Mutani, KCA Exhibit 06. Roman number 7. Committee on implementation report on the motion of strategic intervention projects, KCA Exhibit 07. A bundle of vouchers for the payment of various projects under strategic intervention projects, KCA Exhibit 08. Affidavits of Mr. Eric White, KCA Exhibit 09. And video clips mark KAV 01 and KAV 02. 2. Misappropriation and or abetting misappropriation of the funds publicly released for the victims of Londiani accidents. 1. On various days between 4 July 2023 and 9 July 2023, the governor grossly violated the provisions of Article 10, 73 and 75 of the Constitution and Section 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012. By overseeing misappropriation of funds raised for the victims of horrendous Londiani Junction accident tragedy, in which over Kenya shillings 9 million of public raised funds were lost. B. Reneging on his undertaking to implement the report of the County Assembly's ad hoc committee formed to probe the misappropriation of funds meant for the victims of the accident. There is evidence that the governor filed a suit and or supported a suit by those implicated in the report of the County Assembly's ad hoc committee in Kericho, ELRC petition number E006 of 2023, Dr. Wesley Bor and 5 others versus the governor, Kericho County Government and others, and Kericho ELRC petition number E014 of 2023, Victor Tum and others versus the governor, Kericho County Government and others. C. Being personally and directly complicit in the flawed award of direct tenders for service providers during the fundraiser and requiem mass of the victims of the accidents. D. The county governor has in this regard committed numerous and various acts in the course of his duties that are contrary to and in violation of the Constitution and the laws of Kenya. These include Roman number 1, the authenticity of various payments made cannot be confirmed. The fact that the exact amount of money expended from the sum collected during the fundraiser points to impropriety and suggests a clear fraud on those whom their funds were to have been benefited. 2. A total of Kenya shillings 13,682,760 was collected at the fundraiser. A sum of Kenya shillings 423,000 was purportedly expended as pastors facilitation, transport refund, field preparation, lunches and refreshments, printing, publishing and radio announcement. Other payments that were approved from the fund of Kericho County Referral Hospital 2,037,524, Londiani Hospital Kenya shillings 1,534,190, Supertix Limited Kenya shillings 2,945,000, Supershine Limited Kenya shillings 411,000, Raise Hotel Kenya shillings 100,000, County Commissioners Fuel Kenya shillings 300,000. Roman number 3. That when Kenyans from all walks of life voluntarily made contributions to aid the victims of the tragedy, it was never intended or anticipated that the funds would be misappropriated with the blessings of the governor, who had a higher calling to ensure the money is accounted to the last coin and on whom the people bestowed their trust. Roman number 4. The governor issued contradictory statements insofar as the use of the funds is concerned. The contradictory statements point out his complicity in the matter. 5. While the governor is on record indicating that the medical bills for all the victims will be waived and taken care of by the county government, it is not clear why money had not been paid out from the fund collected while the governor is on record indicating that the medical bills for all the victims will be waived and taken care of by county government, it is not clear why money had to be paid out from the fund collected to various public hospitals against the express and equivocal representations of the governor. That request, clerk, is in order. It is granted. You can proceed. Number E. By his acts of omission and commission, the governor has grossly violated the provision of Article 75 of the Constitution, which demands that a state officer shall, whether in private or in public, behave in a manner that avoids conflict of interest between personal interest and public or official interest, or compromises public interest in favor of personal interest. F. By overseeing the misappropriation of funds aimed